Welcome back to another episode of the Logcast. I'm Stephen Bueno.
Cristian Cabrera.
Hector Romero.
And Cornell Montgomery.
All right, everybody. So this is the first time we're going to say it, but from now on,
Just make sure you guys, when you're watching this video, and you like our content, you press that thumbs up button. See, what that thumbs up button does is it brings us further up that ladder on the search results, and it gets us a little bit, more exposure. So hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, so you get our, all that content that we're going to put out right when it comes out, so we don't have to spam you on Facebook.
Also, look us up on Facebook. That's the League of Ordinary Gentlemen on Facebook, or is it League of Jets?
League of Jets.
League of
It's the League of Ordinary Gentlemen.
Sorry, it's like different every place else.
Yeah.
So on Facebook, it's League of Ordinary Gentlemen. You can find us there. Also, if you do hashtag Logcast and look through that, that'll bring you right up to all the episodes of the Logcast we've done that I've remembered to hashtag, which is not all of them. But it also kind of leads you to a lot of the posts that we made so far. So that way you can find us, like us, contact us, let us know what you think.
Yeah, if you want us to do some work, we do quinceañeras. We do no, we don't.
We do subtle prostitution.
Review our stuff on Yelp.
This is
Right, get on Yelp and let us know what you think of our restaurant. League of Ordinary Gentlemen's restaurant. It's like Thai cuisine, but it tastes more like Taco Bell.
It's like with like a mix of Afrofusion.
Afrofusion will give you squirts.
The Hershey ones.
So it's gonna be Halloween when this comes out. By the time this is out, Halloween would have happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Unless you want to do it a day early.
No, I'm going to release it a day early. So this will be
The
out.
Halloween podcast.
The pre-Halloween.
It's all fucking dressed up.
In spooky vision.
What are you today? A nerd?
Broke Mexican, I think.
I know Chris is a sore loser. And what about you?
Fuck me.
I am hungry.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
You just fucking
The whole country?
Austria, you jackass.
Oh.
I'm the only one that understood him.
Yeah.
Da.
I don't speak
So,
retarded.
because this is our Halloween episode, I think it's only fitting to talk about our zombie escape plan or zombie survival plan.
Suicide.
So,
Done.
like, no, I'm not even going to try.
It's already over.
So, zombie apocalypse breaks out. You wake up just like Rick Grimes. All of a sudden, you're smack dab in the middle of it. What do you do?
What, you're waking up in the hospital? Waking up in your house?
Oh, what the hell? Yeah.
I'll give you a fighting chance. Your house.
Family there or not?
Nope, everyone's gone. Just you. You have to find that your
What
wife's
about my
been
dogs?
cheating on you.
Like,
Wait,
my dogs.
is my doors barricaded though?
Yeah. So they did you the favor of that.
Is my doors barricaded?
Sweet. We're making a sandwich.
Your doors is barricaded.
All right, I'm gonna make a sandwich.
English is very hard to
I'm hungry.
Okay, do I have any, like, I don't know, talents or
Yeah.
hidden, like, shit?
Hitting-
Oh no, I'm not giving you
'Cause,
special powers.
It seems
you
like...
literally woke up as you. Your
Jesus.
house is barricaded. I'll give you that.
Okay.
And there's as many supplies as you have right now.
Well, look, Steven, I'm working up for what The Walking Dead is doing right now, and basically, all the black people there got martial arts skills. So would I have martial arts skills?
If you're like, I was gonna say YouTube it, but no more YouTube.
If you met a cheesemaker, yeah.
I mean, like you said, it's just you. So
You wake up tomorrow. Zombie apocalypse has happened from one day to the other. What do you do?
Damn.
I fucking run.
Would you leave your house instantly?
no, hell no.
No, I do kind of like a Clementine move and just go into the highest point in the house. If I had an attic, I'd be in the attic, and I will come down when needed.
Just scavenge.
Yeah, well, just
would-
waiting for those Drake memes to end. It's the apocalypse, right?
I would I'd probably wake up, go downstairs thinking it's a normal day. Then when I look around, I realize it's barricaded. I'm like, are they attacking? Not the zombies,
They.
but they.
I'll give you a fighting chance. Is George A. Romero zombies, the slow walkers?
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
It's not the Danny Boyle zombies.
No, Steven, slow walkers. Remember, he has fast zombies, right? And,
George A. Romero, no.
No, he doesn't.
And the new Day of the Dead.
I'm talking about
Dawn of the Dead.
Land of the Dead, the original.
Okay, because
Or Dawn of the Dead, the original.
Dawn of the Dead.
The Dawn of
So
the
they're
Dead
really
new
slow
one.
ones. Okay.
Motherfuckers were running.
Yeah.
They was running.
The original one.
Wake up.
I'd live. Like, what are they gonna do? I'm gonna fucking juke them out and do this dance right here.
So wake up
Can't touch me.
about noon, knowing that I have to be in Compton soon. Maybe. No, no. Wake up, of course, and if I notice that there's something very odd, I'll go outside first to see what the hell's going on. And if I do notice a zombie, anything out of the ordinary, I'm going right back in the house. Probably grab all the knives I have there. just stick them in my pocket and just wait for anything weird, suspicious to
Well,
happen.
don't fucking flex your leg. You're gonna cut it. So
No, I'm not gonna sit down.
Put 'em in your
Radios,
pocket. You're just
radios are very important. Make weapons. Go to the garage. Use some heavy blunt tools, and you got knives and stuff. Stuff is dangerous. So
Stuff is dangerous.
Yeah.
stuff is dangerous.
That's the quote of the night.
Well, in most kitchens, you already have knives, so you're good for now.
Yeah,
So
but you know you gotta cook too.
Your plan would be to wait it out in your own house.
Mainly out of fear of what's going on, laziness, and I don't know. Just you can't just go out there. Let's do this, and you'll get killed.
Exactly.
You need
Yeah.
to.
You need somewhat
the
of a plan.
waters.
Basically, like look at it this way: if the outbreak just happened, there's still an abundance of zombies going around because people are still being killed. So if you wait it out in your house, by the time like you run out of supplies, it should thin out a bit.
Yeah.
If it didn't thin out, everyone's already dead.
Right.
So their focus is on being dead.
Do you still have your car?
It's got gas.
Okay. Then I would go do some of those scouting things. Go around real quick, blunt objects, and look for supplies and other
Not in
people.
Colorado, no more blunts.
And I don't know. See what's going on. See if there's already people forming like Fallout like tribes. There's like people of Adam I can go kick it with. I'll go with them, or Death Claws, man. They're pretty bad.
I love how you instinctively go to Fallout.
I like that.
I love it, man.
No.
I don't think I would stick around my house only because I'd be like, well, I've got limited supplies, but I can use my house as a hub to come back to. Keep in mind, it's already barricaded. It's already
Safe point.
Yeah, I can use it as a place to come back in case shit goes wrong. But definitely, I'd have to go out and scavenge. And my whole thing is like, try to remember what the last census was. Like think of like how much population is around the area, and then be like, all right, is the are the amount of dead people equal to the amount of people potentially dead?
Yes,
That's true.
4.
I
Live in a small town. That's great.
And all right.
From where I live, it's kind of pretty easy to form like a small civilization where we could start over again, because it's just out the reach of all these big cities. Another town.
You actually
It's
have
also
the
up the
most
mountain.
ideal
Yeah.
spot for the zombie
else?
apocalypse.
You
You
come
got
to my house.
canyons. You got canyons and mountains.
On the side of the mountain.
First,
dude.
I'll go to you guys' house, pick you
coyotes.
guys up. Go get some stuff, go get some snacks.
Yeah, we,
I know,
we
we'll-
got to get snacks. I mean,
No,
it's
we,
us.
we have to go to that Hagen's that closed down.
No, not even that, dude. We'll go to like CVS. Hope like someone's there. Get some of those candies. That dollar section. Use our debit card. Doesn't work. Whatever. We'll just go get cash.
And people that are a little hurt, kill them. And we got to start thinking of where we're gonna have food. We're gonna start eating people. So we start gotta get that get our taste buds too. It's like when you first try coffee. It's not really good, but when you start having coffee, hey, it grows on you.
I've always kind of thought that because people are always saying like,
Like
"Oh
how
my
is
god, they're reproducing like rabbits." Why don't you just make huge rabbit farms?
Exactly.
I mean, you can just continuously eat rabbit.
That's true.
You got to find rabbit.
PetSmart. I thought about this before.
Where I live, a lot of wild ones. A lot.
Yeah, but you just
Yeah,
woke.
fuck it.
But you're saying you just woke up just like Frank Grimes. So how?
You're not injured though. You
Rick
just
Grimes.
you
No,
literally-
Rick Grimes. I'm sorry.
fuck's
Rick
Frank
Grimes.
Grimes?
I'm sorry. Rick Grimes.
Oh, grimy.
But
Grimy.
you realize he
Yeah,
was.
I was like,
you
Grimy.
realize he was like knocked. He was like unconscious for like 2-3 weeks, man.
No. This is like from one night to the other. It's just happened.
So it just immediately happened after
Yeah.
one night. Okay.
You just know zombies. You look outside.
But
and
you're
you're
not
like,
injured. The plus side is you're not injured. You're as physically
I'm healthy.
apt as you are now.
So I'm healthy.
So
What about emotionally?
Nah, you're still crippled.
Oh, okay.
If you're a bitch before, you're still gonna be a bitch.
Now,
You're
Nah,
gonna be a bitch in a zombie
you can't be the apocalypse.
now is this the point where we start at the mastering our own weaponry?
Yes, that's what I said. The first thing I was gonna
Well,
do.
Christian, that's why you get the bow and the arrow,
Yes.
and then you just stab people with the arrow because you don't know how to use the bow.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if use a fucking bow.
Well, that's why I'm gonna master it. What's the point of mastering?
So I'm gonna weaponize.
you have to go back
pillows.
and get the arrows.
That's cool. I'll make more.
The Christian, all the knives in his pocket, he's just using them as arrows.
Yeah, dude.
This shit doesn't work. It's too
He
heavy.
just gets really good at whittling things.
Hey, man.
I found a tree that's at least 80 arrows
What do you make it tonight? A totem.
and arrows.
Arrows.
What I would do,
Sometimes
one
I
of the things I
whittle
would
the
do
future.
is grab I'm gonna say a spoon for some reason, a broom, and take away the brush part and get some duct tape because this is the strongest material on earth, and get like make a triangle of knives, and just distance Distance is always good.
Like yours is the caveman mentality.
We have guns, jackass. Yeah, but they're gonna run out of bullets, aren't they?
You think I'm gonna run out of knives?
You can use them as blunt objects now.
They gotta get really close. They can get like I'm talking about like custodian brooms. I have one in the house. I'm set, you guys. Just go to my place. Like
I've always thought like in zombie movies, whenever they're using shotguns and shit like that, they're like, "Oh, this gun's out of ammo. Let me drop it." I'm like, "No, just swing the fucking gun."
carry it. You might find out, but we live in America.
Just don't grab it from the barrels after you shot it because
It's gonna be hot as fuck.
Use a hot barrel to smack zombies in the face.
Yeah,
It
then
burns
you-
them. They're gonna be like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And they'll leave you alone.
Bro, not cool, not
This
cool.
dude's got fire. I'm not gonna mess with him.
Take the Frankenstein approach. Like, you got fired.
Fire bad.
Oh, speaking of Frankenstein, you guys see that new trailer with Daniel Radcliffe and that one dude that played Professor Xavier? whose
Oh,
name I
Young
can't remember?
Frankenstein too.
Patrick Stewart?
No. The
other
young
one?
one.
Oh, James McAvoy.
James McAvoy. Yeah, they're doing like a Frankenstein movie,
What?
and it seems like it's more like a comedy, but it's definitely a set piece, a timepiece also. You know,
I was like,
watch.
it might be a comedy
And,
or it might just look funny. I don't know.
No, it looks like a comedy. I hope it's a comedy because God,
Harry Potter and Charles Xavier together. That'd
powers and mutant.
That'd be a great buddy cop comedy.
I haven't seen the trailer for it, but I mean, I'd watch it. It's not like I've seen Daniel Radcliffe in much. I saw him in Harry Potter and meh.
Did you see him in Horns?
And you see him
I
in
didn't see
theaters.
Horns.
You saw
His
dick.
accent was bothering me. He doesn't have a good American accent. It was
buttering
like,
me.
It was buttery.
I have a stuffy nose, asshole.
A buttery stuff.
He got a little turned on by Daniel Radcliffe.
He did that, and then
It's
was
because Steven made nasty things in the bathroom, and I had to
know.
smell it, and that made my nose.
he made a mustard cloud gas in there. Dude.
I know, dude.
It's
You
insane.
brought it kind of into this room.
I'm cool with it.
Speaking of this room, see what you guys don't know is that this room has extra shit in it that it didn't have last week.
Exactly.
Well, it had that last week, but that wasn't the week before that, and now it has extra cool things that we might use later on, like that water thing that if we put fire to it, it ruins everything.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
We just set off the sprinklers and ruin all the equipment.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Let's not do that.
Insurance scam.
Back to
Zombies.
zombies.
Zombie.
Now, honestly, I would not trust people. I'm of the mindset of like, nope, the world's gone to hell, and I can't trust anyone. I'll try to trust people, and I'll try to bring them into like my inner circle, but my inner circle is going to be very small for a very long time.
Yeah, just you.
It's only full of jive turkeys.
It's only you.
It's just going to be me.
What are you afraid
I
of?
know.
What are you afraid of, Steven?
I'm afraid to be hurt.
And commit.
emotionally.
Are you afraid of
commitment.
love, bro?
And commitment.
I'm afraid of a lot of things.
afraid to be intimate?
I didn't want to think about it, H. Okay.
Shut your mouth. But anyways,
Rick, I can't stop loving you.
I can't quit you.
Coral.
Coral.
But
but anyways.
no, that would be my whole thing. Like, I wouldn't trust people. I really wouldn't be able to. I'd keep my distance, but I definitely, at all times, my utmost, like, my highest priority would be kill zombies.
Yeah.
You gotta thin out the herd.
Yeah, from wherever I can. Like, if I just see one straggling, it's not like, oh, one straggling is not going to affect me. It'd be like, are there any others around? All right, I'm going to kill that one. Or if it's like a group of a few, I was like, I'm going to see how I can lure them away and kill a few here and there. Because it's like, wherever I go, there's going to be dead zombies lying around. Because I've always thought
And then
that.
those live zombies, no.
Well, yeah.
Or Rob zombies.
Because wherever I go, it's like, I want to eventually diminish numbers. I
It makes
believe that
sense
helps.
because I mean, in all zombie movies and books or whatever, they always gang up on y'all because that's the whole thing is the horde of zombies.
Yeah, if one
So
stops
if
you.
you thin them out a little bit, what I would do would be the same as you, but I'll kind of do it more in the defensive area around my house, neighborhood. You know,
You've conquered the neighborhood.
yeah, I become a czar. I'm a fair ruler, but
I will rule over you.
Yeah.
You will look down at me. Look up at me.
fear me and my stick with the knives in the end.
Oh, we can't get close to him. He has a knife.
He has the distance.
He's got a stick.
He's got the distance.
with a nail in it. Dear God.
Well, past the zombie thing.
Oh my!
You know how
God.
it's been fucking past the Back to the Future time,
Yeah.
and now we're officially in the future, quote unquote. Would you guys want to travel back to the past, like if you have that opportunity with the DeLorean and all that shit? If so, where would you go?
I would always use it 5 minutes after I said something really stupid or something bad happened.
So the Nicolas Cage thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucked up. Go back and
Yeah.
oh, there it is.
Oh my God.
So, yeah.
I shouldn't have grabbed her titties.
Damn. But it was worth it though.
I saw you.
Huh?
I'm more of a titty protector.
Yeah, that line's gonna fly every time.
I keep going back every 5 minutes, and she keeps getting bad every time.
God, I'm just a bad person. No, I would like to go back in time and to big historical events, like when Kennedy got shot. See if I could stop it.
Is this they're saying when Luke Kang got shot? I was like, what?
That's not how that went down.
I wouldn't stop shit from happening because that might make me not be here.
That's true.
You
but
never know, but
I care a lot about me, H.
I know, right? Me.
I don't. I am. Let's do this.
I would travel back in time to see who's really killing all these random celebrities. That whole cardiac arrest thing.
Oh yeah, that one phase.
Yeah, so I want to know. First, I'm gonna start with Brittany Murphy because I'm like,
No, she died. She died of pneumonia,
oh shit, she did. Never mind.
and then her husband died of pneumonia like 3 months later, something like that.
Some shit like
Ooh,
that.
rampant case of pneumonia. Pneumonia.
Pneumonia.
Pneumonia runs in the family, bro.
Sounds like my sister's name, right?
Pneumonia.
But yeah, I want to find out about those cardiac arrest victims or celebrities that died from
Yeah,
it.
but at the same time, it's like, oh, I guess you would know where they died,
Yeah.
so you can go to that area. Because
Exactly.
I was gonna say, like, how often are you in a place where celebrities are just dying?
Christian would just be in the background picture, like all of them. It's like every death you just see him in the back, like
He did it. He must have killed everyone.
he's been there since. Oh god, what time was that? Marilyn Monroe's dead, and Amy Winehouse. How's he in all of these?
He's always in the back, like,
That's
Kurt
what-
Cobain, you have a shotgun, like you loaded it for him. That's too
Like
soon?
my
Sorry.
hair is like that down, like on my face. Oh, probably get it to him.
there's like a conspiracy theorist that all of a sudden.
I
like, shows
honestly
up.
I see him.
would.
If you look close enough, you see a hairy man in the background, and there's hairy man's in every picture. Just look at me.
Well,
It's not doctors. Not doctors.
You just see him like fucking Bigfoot. Just,
I know.
Uh,
I knew you were gonna fucking say that.
Christian is big.
No, but anyway,
Going to
no, but oh,
Go in the future because I want to see if we can travel to the planets because the universe is amazing, and I want to see that. I'm never gonna see that, and it will be nice to kind of.
You'll see it in your second life.
you will.
But we're Hindu and stuff, right?
Yeah, we're Hindu and stuff.
Yeah.
For the month,
have we never covered this? Yeah, we're Hindu.
we're Hindu and stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
Oh well, for me, as a black person, I wouldn't want to go back in time at all. Anything past the 90s is shit. So,
Yeah, you guys had it pretty bad.
oh yeah,
Or Jewish. Don't never go if you're Jewish too. So.
no, at least they have money. Yeah, like I just think I probably want to live through the 90s as an adult to see how that was to really experience it. But outside of that, I'm good. I don't even want to experience the 2000s. It was a time of like pastel neon colors and really shitty music. So
Oh yeah.
I'll just do the 90s and then jump to like where I am now.
Cut life into pieces. This is my last
resort.
Don't listen to that shit, young me. Stop it. You're stupid. Stop it.
You're so much better than this.
I can never be better than this.
Oh my god.
Well, be honest. You listened to that song.
oh
Yeah, I
hell
did.
yeah.
I did.
Oh
It was 'cause
hell
it was-
yeah.
Yeah, you was
It
like
was out, it was
this
popular.
shit. I made an AMV.
TRL all
Really
day,
hyped the show.
every day, homie.
Freaking Carson Daly there.
Carson did like, hey guys, we're gonna show you 2 seconds of a music video and then go back to the audience. Yeah, I know, right? I was
There's so many
hey.
turkeys in the audience.
It's one of them hen parties with all the strippers.
But wouldn't that be great though? You're able to get back in time, solve some unsolved mysteries.
What the fuck you think you are, Scooby?
No, Shaggy.
No, but
Shaggy.
I'm gonna go with
God
you to
damn
the
it.
past and solve these things, man. We got this. What are you
Wait,
doing?
what?
It's awkward.
It's like that awkward handshake with like you grab 2 fingers.
I take it back. I don't think I want to do this again anymore.
If Christian can't even put the fist together, he can't.
Christian
he can't shoot
always
a
wanted to
gun.
be Nancy Drew.
Hardy Boys, fool. Hardy Boys. Why?
That's actually
Matter
really,
Jeff.
that's actually a really good joke from Frasier.
Yeah.
Where Frasier starts talking about how him and his
Stevie, you're
brother.
wrong already. This is all good.
No.
joke.
I know.
Him and his brother started. Is like we used to write mystery novels when we were kids. It was like a cross between the Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew. Oh, so the Nancy Boys.
Dude,
Oh god.
that shows.
Awkward silence.
But honestly though, going back in time.
Well, I guess when we think of time traveling, we always think of like going back. But H brings a pretty good point. I think I'd want to go into the future just to see. Fuck that! I'll just go like 2 years in the future. Like, hey, what's been going on?
2 years.
I want to go.
I killed
far
myself.
away.
All right.
Yeah.
See, I want to
Where
go.
am I? I
Look.
killed myself because I disappeared and I didn't know where.
Look, I want to go past where I would be alive, so I wouldn't be like, oh, what the fuck? That's shit. Like, no, I don't want to know what
It's like
happens
next
to me.
week.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's some shit. No, but just go
Why?
far into the future where.
Like really far. Like what if like you couldn't breathe air anymore? Like or there is no oxygen on Earth, but people still lived on Earth like underground, like mole people. Mm-hmm. Or what if it's like well, fucking was it the Time Traveler? Or what the fuck is that movie called?
Time Traveler's
The
wife.
time machine.
The Time Machine. Yeah, and you go and you see that one Irish chick that sang that one song for Disney Channel, and the moon cracked and shit's just all weird.
Oh,
Cracked.
It would be it's definitely weird because
that's why I wouldn't want to do that.
that's
main
I
thing,
love
right?
to the time machine to have like some sort of just like in the time machine where it's like a globe and you can kind of see what's going on outside. Because if you can't, then you might stumble over like maybe in 30 years there's like nuclear war, and all of a sudden all the air is like
Yep.
is poisonous.
And
See, that's why I'll
you're
be
dead.
prepared. That's why you go to the future. But like, we're
No.
stocking up on cans and stuff. Shh. You'll see why.
If you have a time machine, H, you could potentially prevent it.
No,
Shh. I like Fallout a lot. Shh. Let me have this. Let me have this.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks, and I am not gonna leave my house for anything. I bought diapers. I have food, and that's it.
There's a fly in this room. don't
I know,
feel
it's
it.
been
I feel like
bugging
it's
me.
that episode
I
of
probably
Breaking Bad.
followed his poo-poo fumes in here.
I know, right? Your poop fume.
Yeah, dude.
Well, it wasn't really like solid as much as it was just a lot of water.
Anyways, so
No more bathroom talk.
You don't tell me what to do.
I'm very sick.
Steven ate some Hawaiian barbecue from a very popular chain, and now he's shitting himself.
I've got problems, man.
we ate it, and we're just fucking
yeah,
fine.
exactly. I'm
But
good.
I've got problems, not you.
This happened within an hour,
I know, man. This is why I have the iron stomach, man.
and the iron asshole.
You know, I feel
That's
like
all the
I know why you're doing
The
this.
previous week,
the iron asshole.
we
you're
talked
dude,
about being adventurous
You're
when it
doing
comes
this
to
the
food.
whole time.
Well, I always want to be,
I'm the
but
most
this is a very
adventurous.
common result of what me being adventurous
Yeah,
is
him.
like.
Look, as a picky eater,
He's terrible.
that shit
Oh,
don't fly. I
hell
got shit
yeah,
on my
you're
beard.
picky.
Well, I'm not picky per se. I just know what I like.
He's a bitch.
Whatever, fella. I'm not the one getting diarrhea off of food.
Me either.
Me neither. It's him. That's him.
I want to be
And
more
I'll still
adventurous.
do it.
I want to be more adventurous for food too, but I'm becoming a more of a creature of habit. And
A Mormon?
No, you're not.
Yes.
You're becoming more like Cartman in that episode of South Park when he was the Yelp reviewer.
oh yeah, that's true.
He's like,
No,
oh,
no,
yeah,
no,
oh, yeah, I'm
Spoiler
a...
I always
alert.
want to try something, but I always end up getting what I usually get, and I get pissed. But I enjoy my food, and
I'm always adventurous.
I enjoyed it too. I'm not enjoying what happened an hour later,
Ugh.
but I did enjoy the food.
It was good when it went down.
It was yummy going down.
That's the problem. Sometimes disease tastes great.
Well, like the edible pennies from last week. Like,
Oh.
did you guys enjoy it? I didn't have to eat it, but
Hell
did
no.
y'all enjoy it?
No.
No.
No,
That's
not one
terrible.
second of it.
That was
If
terrible.
I licked
Would you-
this
would you
would
do it
taste the
again?
same. Yes.
Nah.
What if your girlfriend? Like,
No.
come on, now let me finish. What if she was like, "Look, baby, I got something for you. Like, I got a hotel room. Just meet me here at this time." And you get there, and she's wearing that edible thong,
Oh,
the chocolate strawberry
no.
one, and I guess some pasties. And she's like, "Go ahead and lick it clean." Would you be like,
I would be like, well, let me just show you a video on YouTube.
No, see, women can fake stuff like orgasms. You can easily fake that. Be like, yeah, baby, yeah.
"No, you get some water and tell her to close her
That
eyes and
sounds
just keep
so weird.
dripping it on there until it thins out." And you're like, "All right, cool."
No,
Like,
you're
we're gonna try this thing with the blind.
no, you're fucking man. You just suck it up and do, yeah, baby. Yeah, right.
Maybe you could have shaved.
That's not. That's not part of the. That's not part of the. No, God.
This isn't a Happy Meal.
No, yeah, baby, I love
Oh,
it.
my God.
I mean,
Oh, this shit is great. No,
Still
those
wouldn't.
tears of joy. Oh,
After I found those things unappealing, nope. Hell no.
Next thing.
But you found him appealing before.
No. I've never found it appealing.
Said after you.
hey, look, it was an interesting prospect.
Yeah.
I'll
It's
admit.
the first time I'm seeing them, holding them, touching them,
eating them.
eating them.
It's like
It's
losing
very
virginity
unappealing.
all over again.
It's
I
very
know,
terrible.
right? It's like losing virginity all over again.
I was so excited till I was smack dab in the middle of it.
Bam.
And then I didn't
Then
know
I
what
was
to do
just
with it anymore.
scared, slightly disgusted.
Never again.
And then I walked away, and she said, "I still love you."
But then again, there's still a possibility of something being eaten as well.
No, man, I'm just saying, if it was those exact same ones, yeah, I'd probably show her the YouTube video and be like, look, we could try other things. Let's go to CVS and go through the condiment aisle and let's just fucking try things out. But not these fucking edible panties.
Like, honey,
How about we eat pizza and we just have sex? Is that fine?
I'll eat
Why would we just eat
pepperonis off the
pizza?
nips.
I like pizza.
I don't even want to have sex.
No, I just wanted to Netflix. I don't want to chill. Just
Or you do the melody. I just want a Netflix and chill, and I didn't know Netflix and chill meant.
That's
Rest in peace, melody.
nice one, dude.
Way to go, bro.
It's pop censor. Titties.
Pop
Titties.
filter.
Pop censor.
Pop
You heard what I
filter.
meant. Filter. I'm drunk.
He's fucking boss.
Those are Hawaiian punches. They're not beer.
All right. Yeah.
No, shut up.
Look, Hawaiian things sometimes give you diarrhea. That's what we should take.
No, they
Hawaiian
they
punches
give-
to the stomach.
They give you diarrhea.
That's why the Japanese
good.
attacked Pearl Harbor to stop diarrhea.
Some people are like, we're tired of this shit.
Too soon. Too soon.
Conspiracy.
We need to go back in time. We gotta fight. We gotta fight it. It sparks. We can't see. We'll have the effects later. You're gonna have the
It's
effects.
like the awkward silence.
Cut your nails, man. It's like,
Why? What the fuck are you talking about? My nails is cut.
no,
My nails is good.
I did.
Christian all day with that.
I know. Fuck.
What you talking about?
I don't know why.
We'll go back in
Girl.
time and help
I
his
don't know why I've been
grammar.
doing Honestly, I don't know why I've been doing that the whole time.
Oh, shit.
Back some grammar to this motherfucker.
Oh my god.
Because see, the Hawaiian barbecue affected my anus, but it affected your brain.
Anus.
My
Anus.
anus.
That's fine with me, man. I'd rather be dripping everywhere with fluids in my
Than dripping
head
down
than
the
dripping down my
fluids.
butt
Yes.
and feeling uncomfortable.
I feel like brainal leakage or cranial leakage you can't really deal with as much.
No.
But like the diarrhea,
Neither is
I
that.
haven't been shitting myself right now. God knows I want to.
But you're eventually gonna be burning down there.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'd rather not have the burning.
On this episode of the Poops
bunnies.
podcast, we talk about poops.
Poops.
Talk about Steven's problems, okay?
Did we ever talk about walking out of movies?
What?
Did that make it in, or was that before? The
Yeah,
other
we
video
did.
Got cut.
Oh, I think that did got cut from the last one.
Again, Christian.
It did.
I did think that got cut.
I said I
You're-
think it got cut. That's what
Nah,
I'm saying.
you fuck it up, Christian. I heard
Oh,
it.
well, we will replay this, and I will freaking prove you guys wrong right
I
now.
will
No,
fight
no,
you.
we'll go back in time.
Time traveling duo.
You know, one thing I do like is that Christian's super competitive, and that we can fuck with him so much with shit. Like,
Oh,
you just take things too personal. It's not even involving you.
Um,
Like,
Whoa.
when you beat him in Virtual Fighters.
case in point, yeah. I went over to his place, and Christian's really into fighting games.
I went over to your place.
And no, it was at your house.
That was your place.
It was your place.
Details don't
I
matter.
was there too.
I know. We were at his
Details
house.
don't matter.
It was his
Continue.
house.
Yeah, so we go over to Christian's place,
Whatever.
and
I
he
remember.
turns on. We're playing PS3 because he's the only one that had one.
What's
So
PS2?
PS3.
God damn
Virtua-
it, you guys!
We're
just
playing
fucking
Virtua Fighter
go.
4.
Okay,
on
whatever.
PS2.
Fuck, fool. We were
And
playing
PS2.
PlayStation.
And 3 birds flew by, and like your mom brought us juice, and it wasn't just the good juice; it was the really good juice. Go on.
and so we're playing, and I remember it was Christian's game, and he was he's like, yeah, I'm pretty good at it, this and that. I'm like, all right, cool, fine. So I played against him, and I just button mashed the whole time, but I button mashed enough to like beat him both rounds, and then I was like, nope, I'm never playing you again. I put the controller down, and I was like, I am invincible.
Yeah, he's like, rematch. You're like, oh, fuck. No, it wasn't at your house.
Told you.
guess.
See? See, you piece of shit. I've been telling you the whole time.
Oh my god!
See, this is exactly what I'm talking
This
about.
is shit on me. See, I was fucking with him because it's competitive. See what I did there? See what
Exactly.
That's my
But the
point.
fact is, you always say the wrong thing every time.
No, actually,
Oh, I said the
Yeah,
right
you.
thing.
done
No,
this-
you didn't. You said the wrong
No, you
thing.
saying the wrong thing right now, Christian.
We've done
You
this
said the
several
wrong
times
thing.
because I know I've
Quit
done it
fighting.
to you
Screw you.
several times. So we might have done it at my place, but this specific one I'm talking about, it was at your house.
No,
No, it was at your
I
place.
remember. And then
It was your
afterwards, he wants
place.
to play again at his place. Another game, probably Virtual Fighters. That's the one with the ninja. That's where it's blue, right?
Kagemaru, yeah.
Yeah. He wanted to play again, and you're like, nah. That's what you brought up. Like, nah, fuck that. I beat you.
I beat you. I'm never playing you again. And that
Yeah,
was
it's like 100%. Stevens 1-0. How about you, Christian?
Yeah, he never.
Look at his face.
He
I wish
never
you could
wants.
put a camera on
He
this
never
fool's
wants
face
to
right
defend
now.
his title. That's the thing.
I'm good.
He doesn't need to
He's done.
defend the title. Fool, he's a
I
winner.
got the title.
All he does is win, no matter what.
And my record proves
I mean,
it.
all he does is just win once, and that's it.
Motherfucker,
Nothing
a win's
else.
a win, whether an inch like your dick or a mile, the win's a
No.
win.
Look,
Look at his face.
You need to actually have a streak
look
to
at
keep
me.
going.
the Germans
See.
wanted to go for that other win, and it still lost. So
Christian's
World War I, World War II. Just saying.
So, oh my god, you would bring that up. God damn.
all salty.
Like the Germans. You gonna attack Poland, bro?
No,
I don't attack Poland, Christian. I'll play you again. Just don't attack Poland.
no,
I'm like,
I didn't have that game anymore.
Oh, there goes Steven. So what to know?
oh, that's right.
Look, we'll go out. We'll find
Hercules,
a PS2.
Hercules,
We'll fucking find that game. Someone's got it underneath their bed or some shit.
Virtua Fighter 4.
Fucking play it.
well, nowadays, fucking GameStop's selling all these like
retro.
All the
games.
like retro consoles.
Wait, are they selling them or are they just taking them in?
It's online.
both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll every once in a while on the page they'll pop up little sales on
Yep.
like, oh, you can buy these old games now for like the Super Nintendo and shit.
I know.
We've got limited selection, even though we probably have them all.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and this is something that I've talked about before with you guys, but I want to bring up on the podcast, is that for me, I've always kind of figured that we're part of this like nostalgia generation.
Like
And then
every
we're
generation.
very heavy into like, oh, remember how this made us feel when we were younger? And remember how great this one thing was? And I feel like maybe that's why in our generation we're seeing a lot more of these like
remakes,
remakes, not only-
reboots.
Everything.
remakes, reboots, HD re-releases, and things like
I
that.
mean, shit, like for fucking PS3 games that just came out, it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna remaster it and give it to you again. It's like this shit came out last year.
But I'm saying this is something that happens all across the board in the things we consume. It happens in television, it happens in movies, it's happening in video games. Like it seems like everything we're doing is having this new current version of it.
I think it's mostly because we don't want to grow up because we're adults now and we see that this kind of really sucks.
Well,
and
Let me bust the
go
nostalgia
back.
right now. You don't want to grow up because you're a Toys R Us kid. They fucking dug that in our
Well,
brains.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
We're a
Also-
Flintstones kid.
No, Steven, no.
also they're trying.
I was a Flintstones.
Also, they're trying to define
So
our
much-
Flintstones was like the 1950s, 40s, 30s, 12s.
I'm a time traveler.
I
guys.
want to be
Well,
an
they're
Oscar
trying-
Mayer
they're-
Wiener.
Well, you can also see it as our generation's being the copycat generation.
Every generation's copycat generation, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I can see what Chris is saying. Though.
I don't know what he means. I'm just talking shit.
No,
course he
I can see
doesn't.
what Chris
That's
is saying. Like we've noticed success and how other generations. Well, how like let's just say our advertising agencies are like we noticed success in these previous campaigns. We're just gonna imitate it. Like it seemed to have worked fine before. Instead of like doing something out of the ordinary or something new, this is tried and true. This works. Let's just fucking keep going with it.
Yep.
Like Skip It. Skip it.
I've not even
Skip it.
But
have a
that's
childhood
what's
full.
always bugged me.
According to
The,
BuzzFeed, you didn't have a childhood.
There's a timer on this ball, so you got to
Oh, I
beat
think
your
it's
very
it.
best score.
Oh,
See if you can do it a whole lot more.
I broke
Skip
one.
Oh,
And I
cross
was
my brother's head. I thought it was a mace.
actually, BuzzFeed is a pretty big purveyor of that.
BuzzFeed
Only
lives
80s
off of that.
kids
I know.
Will
No, Steven.
understand.
It's never 80s. It's only 90s,
90s.
kids.
No, I just recently saw an 80s
There's an
one.
80s kids one? There's someone
Yeah.
old enough to know 80s kids shit?
It was Looney Tunes shit, like Looney Tunes. By the way.
Only 1942
older
kids.
than
I know,
that,
right?
dude. It's way older than that. It's from like the 40s.
like, we talked about BuzzFeed. I think we talked shit about BuzzFeed like the first or second podcast we did.
Yep. And now
And
we're
I mean, hats off to what they do because they are like probably number one in fucking making things go viral.
Yeah.
They have like 19 different channels and every one of them's got millions of views and shit like that. But man, is it the same shit over and over again?
same
it's like-
reactions, same things that you're trying to do every time.
Although I did see some shit about making Oreo rice. I was like,
I saw that.
that I will eat.
Well, here's the thing, like that's what I'm saying. Like there's a lot of this like only 90s kids will understand, or only 80s kids will understand, and oh my god, you didn't have a childhood of this, or oh, remember when you
Dude,
were in
you
the
sound
90s?
like a 1990s commercial guy.
I know.
Are you sick of your friends making fun of you? Buy this. They won't make fun of you anymore.
Super Soaker Nerf guns. Super Soaker Nerf guns.
Now that's how you
Tamagotchis.
spell RC.
Oh,
Are you smoking
shit.
yet?
Are you smoking? Crossfire.
I was hoping someone was going to say Crossfire.
But that's what I mean, and I've always had a big problem with that because I'm like, okay, that was great when I was a child, and obviously I had a great time with it, and I have very fond memories of it. But I don't want to relive it again. I could give two shits.
I do.
That's why, like, when it comes to watching like older movies again, there's not many that I consistently watch over and over again. There's
do.
like a handful, and even then, they're not
I watch a
necessarily
lot of
kids
them.
movies. I watch Forrest Gump over and over again. Like I've seen that movie so many times. I've seen Back to the Future. I guess I just like Robert Zemeckis. Damn.
Well, come on.
No,
Mrs. Doubtfire, Saving Private Ryan. You saying you don't like those ones either?
Harry Potter and Chamber of Secrets. I mean,
that's not Robert Zemeckis.
It
I know.
doesn't-
I'm saying
it
you-
wasn't made
you're
in the
only
90s,
saying
but
a
takes
small
place in the
handful.
90s.
No, I'm saying there's a small handful of movies that I've seen over and over again.
Yeah,
And Forrest
The
Gump.
Crow.
The Crow is
Oh,
really good.
That's your number one movie.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Crow's
No, I've
not
actually
really
seen
good.
Forrest Gump more times than
I
I've
like
seen
that
The Crow.
movie. It was
I
great.
really like Forrest Gump.
One's better than the other. I'll tell you
That's
which
my
one.
favorite movie. It has everything. It has comedy. It has lovey-dovey stuff.
It has a
It is
Jenny.
fucking sad, man. Jesus Christ. I miss you very much, Jenny.
Jenny, I love you very much.
I might not be a smart man, but I
But
know
you
what
have-
love is.
I know how to work.
Forrest, you don't know what love is.
Great.
Forrest, you're Want to have sex?
Then again, though, there was a lot of
Yeah,
there was a lot of good movies that came out in the 90s. There's a lot of good movies that came out in the 90s. So
No, I'm not saying, I'm not saying-
no, there's a
There,
lot.
honestly, you can say that about every fucking not generation, but every fucking decade. That there's good movies that came out of it. You can only remember the top movies of those times. There's a lot of shit movies that came out.
No, there's
in the
a
90s.
crap ton of
Biodome.
Power Rangers movie.
Yeah,
Power Rangers
Biodome was
movie.
entertaining, man.
Biodome is stupid. Pauly Short's stupid. You're stupid.
I love Pauly Shore.
But oh, dude, no. Fuck you. You know what?
I'm gonna go back to the.
Yeah, we're traveling now. He's like probably.
You lost that, Christian. You lost that.
We're
You
gonna
lost that.
we're gonna
I was
take out
like,
Pauly
It was
Shore.
great.
We're gonna
I
take
get
him
it.
out and sleep.
I get what Cornell's saying in that, like, we tend to remember only the good things. We tend to forget how much shit was out at the exact same time.
Oh God. it was
Like
hot.
during the time Independence Day was out, cool movie. I liked it a lot. But
It's not a
Jingle
great
All the
movie.
Way was
Yeah, I
out
didn't
at
like
the
it.
same time.
And they both have that nostalgic feel, but they're both bad movies.
Yeah.
Although I can watch Independence Day any day.
And Jingle All the Way.
It's just like almost 3 hours.
I can't.
I don't like Jingle All the Way.
You can't watch.
I don't like Independence Day.
Yes,
I didn't
leading
like it.
gunmen in red suits.
Jingle All the Way was hilarious, but it's still pretty
It
crappy.
had funny bits. Don't get me
Wait,
wrong.
you can watch Jingle All the Way, but you can't watch Independence Day?
No.
I hate you.
It's shorter, first of all. It's got comedy in it, which is great.
It's got comedy Independence Day.
That guy goes, oh, I better call my mom. I better call my this. I better call my lawyer.
No, no.
I better call my mom. I better call my.
No, forget my
grandma.
No,
God.
if I want to watch, if I want to watch a comedy movie from the
See,
90s,
that is comedy gold.
David.
That you hear that?
it's like Seinfeld. Too. I hate Seinfeld too, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's very close. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very close to that.
Exactly. It's-
That really hurt.
but honestly,
I'm gonna
you
break this again. There we go.
tell me you can't watch Liar Liar, you can't watch Mrs. Doubtfire.
I'm
They're
not
dated.
saying that, like,
Nurse Doubtfire, on the other hand, is good. Still.
Yes,
no, I'm not
exactly.
saying, and I don't want to make the case for there's better movies. There were better movies then than now. I think maybe to an extent we were able to enjoy movies better then than now as we're older. I think as you get older, you become a bit more jaded.
But the question was, would you rather relive some of those ones from the
No,
90s?
I never asked that question. I can tell you that.
No, we're saying if you feel the nostalgia from that, and you said no, you would ever want to feel it, and you said no.
Yeah, you say you wouldn't want to go back.
Yeah, you said
Oh,
you want to
okay,
go back.
well,
yeah,
I don't always feel nostalgia with everything. Just some things.
Yeah,
Like, I
it's
can
very
watch a
much
movie,
some
be like, oh, I like this movie from back when I was a kid, but it doesn't go like, oh, I remember this, I remember that. Only some things are very near and dear that bring out the little.
But do you want to relive that, or would you like an
No.
updated version of that?
No, I want to
No, I
relive,
wanna
that.
relive that.
I don't
I wanna
want
relive-
them
yeah,
to
I'd
remake
rather relive
Aladdin.
this.
Although the Power Rangers movie, they haven't announced 4 actors that are going to be the characters. They haven't announced the Yellow Ranger yet. But I want to see that because I want to see what they're going to
Liam
do with it. Because the
Neeson.
first one was bad.
it was terrible.
I want to see it out of
That was an
curiosity.
America.
I mean,
gets
shit,
the
I saw
hands of it.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, you know. That's
Yeah,
just
I
Power
mean,
Rangers.
don't get me wrong. I'll see things out of curiosity, like when Nightmare on Elm Street got remade.
Which they didn't need to do.
I think Platinum Dunes did it, and from like at that point, I should have just known like there's gonna be shit.
Duh.
But I remember just going to see it, partly like mostly curious, but also a little bit excited because I'm like, look, I love this franchise when I was a kid. I love this character, and then they just shat all over it, and I'm like, damn. Well, that's part of me for expecting so much. It's part expectation and part that it was genuinely a bad movie.
I don't, because when I see stuff, when it comes to movies, video games, like you name it, I have this high expectation, but then I go, okay, calm down. If it sucks, it sucks. If it's good, hey, and I go in there and be like, okay, it wasn't good. That's cool. Fucking bullshit. That's it. Little vent. And, then, and if it was really good, like, hey, this is good. This is awesome. And that's.
Then touches his fingers together and goes back in time again to watch it.
That's probably why most of the stuff I usually have on my YouTube or Netflix is a lot of 90s TV shows and movies on there, especially
war documentaries of mine.
no, well, especially a lot of the comedies from then, because that's the main reason why I like to
As a
live
person
up.
who doesn't necessarily like comedy movies, the 90s comedy movies were better. Especially
Yes.
the romantic comedy movies in the
Oh,
90s
yeah.
were better. And I'm not saying that because, like,
You
it's the
got
90s.
mail?
It's because
And-
You got
legitimately had what I feel like to be a full story. Versus, like, I showed, what movies was it? Fuck, I forgot what movie it is. I showed it to my girlfriend, and I was like, this is the difference between, what was it? Those 2 movies that came out around the same time: Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis, and the other one. Friends with Benefits
Friends
and,
with Benefits.
and what was the other one?
Fuck Buddies, the movie, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
both
pretty
were
much. It was
fuck
those,
buddies.
that one, the Justin Timberlake one.
And
too.
basically all the really
Yeah.
formulaic 2000s romantic comedies where you're just like, this is what's going to happen. If you watch the 90s one, it's just a bit different. Like if you watch Fools Rush In,
Yo,
it's like, yeah, it's kind of like dated. I mean, they're wearing fucking 90s clothes and shit like that.
No
But the
doubt.
story is like, it feels
10 Things
more
I Hate
whole.
About You.
I've never seen
I
it.
think that one came out in 2001.
It might have been 2000s.
Yeah, it was like in
But something
2000.
about
I've
Mary?
always kind of thought.
But Larissa Olenek?
Do you
Yep.
think that those? Do you think that those movies?
Alex Mack? 90s.
Do you think that those movies
Keep
made the formula for what eventually became those movies? Like for what
No.
came afterwards? Do you think those movies made the formula? And
I don't
maybe
think
Yeah, it had to because we didn't have it before that.
No,
I think
not
it's fucking
really.
more marketing. Like this is gonna work because we want this. Then we have to go see the movie.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that.
even some of
maybe
the
they were
80s
better
movies.
at the time because we didn't have that. We hadn't seen something like that before, and it was like the first instances of that. Like, think of how much you like. Well, at least for me, I think of how much I liked old slasher movies, and like, well, these
Oh,
slashers made, or these 80s slasher movies made, pretty much wrote down the formula for what became slasher movies later on, for what all the rest of these movies eventually became. And the originals were great. And some
Evolution.
of the spin-offs were great, but
Not just in Pokemon, in real life.
Well, like consider the found footage like formula. The beginning ones were kind of, I mean, not kind of, they were bad, but
They got you
they
busy.
honed it, and then it got all right, and now it's just being a little bit played out. But
well, see, like, we have to go. You know what's funny with the found footage? It didn't really catch on till way later. It's like one movie did it, and maybe there might have been a few other ones, but as far as popular ones were,
The
it was
Blair Witch
like
Project?
the Blair Witch was the first, and then you had
Cloverfield,
there. I was like Cthulhu, not Cthulhu, fucking Cloverfield.
That would be
Cloverfield,
awesome.
and then Paranormal Activity. It's like those three were the ones that basically like solidified it, but especially Blair Witch because people thought it was real.
Well, Blair Witch had amazing. It was able to do it because it was first off one of the first movies that did that, and that had such viral marketing around the movie. So whoever was marketing that movie was just a fucking genius. It was the best time to do it. No one had done that. No one had really made a huge successful found footage movie up until then, and that was one of the first instances that happened. Now, why it took so many more years to all of a sudden be like, all right, we're gonna make Cloverfield, and for me, I think Cloverfield is what really broke it, and everyone's like, oh, you know what? That's a very popular way of doing
Oh,
it.
well, if you look at the different styles, because Cloverfield
Yeah.
is a monster movie versus Paranormal Activity was a horror movie.
Yeah.
And that's what's, to me, solidified the found footage horror movie thing. It was definitely Paranormal Activity.
And you also have to see it in the ways of the producers too. If it's going to be easily marketable for most people, and what is going to actually appeal
Or
to
easy to
them.
produce. Too.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
let me go with Paranormal Activity. The first one was like $1,500. That shit made a shitload of money.
Yep.
Like,
Blair Witch was like only under like 100,000, and that skyrocketed a lot of income.
Was
from
it Blair
the
Witch
actual
like
box
$50
office.
and like 20
$50
cents?
and
No,
shit.
And a
it was
12-pack?
more than that.
They had to make a
More than
map.
that.
So I mean,
But even then,
I wasn't including the budget.
even then with a small budget, you can make
That was
really
the
great
producer
movies.
being like, oh, we cool.
That's why
like an 18 pack.
That's why even
like,
Quentin
we're cool.
Tarantino as well. His films had like small budgets at the beginning. Then he got better and better.
See,
from
but he's
there on out.
good, man. I like.
well, that's
I
because
haven't
he,
seen a movie
he
I have
has
a
a
like
particular
from him.
style and
Yeah.
a particular
Love the style, man.
thing that he wants to say, and especially in his movie, just
Which
follow
speaking
conversations,
of
scenarios of
90s,
conversations.
speaking of 90s things too, Quentin Tarantino movies as well.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind
I'm cool with
reliving
that.
those ones as well.
And see,
Yeah,
and
just
I-
watch him on Netflix.
And that's the thing, like,
That's why.
when we go back to the nostalgia thing, I don't really want to relive it. I want to relive the experience, but I want to relive the actual experience. Here, let me clarify. Like, when I first saw Pulp Fiction, I was like, this movie was fucking great. It was fucking creative and fucking witty. But I want that exact same feeling. I'm not going to get it with Pulp Fiction because I've already experienced it. I want to get it with the new movie. I want to watch new things that are like, wow. Like Gone Girl. Gone Girl is a great example because when
Yeah,
I first
Gone
saw
Girl was
Gone Girl,
great.
I was like, this is something so different than, first off, I didn't know anything about the movie. So that was another thing. Like, I hadn't really heard any hype. I hadn't even read anything about the plot synopsis. So it was all
Or read the
completely new for me. And the movie just turned out to be something completely different than what I thought it was going to be. From the beginning of the movie, like the movie shifts kind of mood midway through to something way
Great.
different. And I
really,
did have that. I did have that feeling of like leaving the theater of like, oh man, that was a solid movie. I don't, and that's what I'm saying. Like with this whole nostalgia thing, I have that feeling less and less because I'm just reliving a moment, and every time I relive it, it sort of cheapens it.
Well, how I feel
Yeah.
for certain things, I mean, I've seen a lot of those movies at home versus in the theater. So like when they re-released, was it Lion King, and a lot of people went to go see that. It's probably a lot of their first time seeing that in theater. When they re-released Jurassic Park, and I saw that in the theater, I was like, wow, this is something I missed out on because I saw it first time. We found a VHS of it, and we still have it. But I saw it at home. No, dude, we found it in the bush. Me and my brother riding our bikes. We found it in the bush. That was born. It was great.
The Lion King, really?
No,
Jurassic Park.
And
thought
I watched it when I saw it in theater. I'm like, this movie is, I mean, it's a great fucking movie, first of all.
hell
But
yeah.
watching it in theater was a whole different experience. And then there's certain movies, like, I would want to see the Back to the Futures in the theater because I've never seen that. So if you're talking about nostalgic things and refilling it, it's probably, like, at least for me, I want to feel that for the first time. I didn't get to experience those cinematic feels. Like, if you guys were to see Gravity at home, wouldn't you be like, okay, I kind of want to see this in theater?
Yeah.
Because it has a cinematic feel versus just being at home. You can watch fucking any romantic comedy or comedy movie in your house, but if you watch an action movie or a science fiction movie or some shit like that, it's like a theater experience.
Yes.
And I want to experience that, but 90s style. With the Ninja Turtles. Which I saw the third one in theater, premiere night. My dad took me. I don't remember it at all.
You know what the interesting is that as we get older, maybe some of the newer kind of movies that will eventually become classics, we do get to experience those in theaters. Now, would you want to go back and, like, say you're 50 and they re-release the first Transformers?
Nope.
No, not the first Transformers.
What
first one.
I've done, embrace myself.
Look, Transformers is a joke now. Don't get me wrong, but when it first released, I remember all the hype around it. And I remember how genuinely excited people
Well,
were
the
to
first
go
one was
see it.
actually was
Yeah.
actually pretty cool. The second one was like, okay, you guys are giving me a headache, and
then
after
third
that, I
one was
just stopped. I
terrible,
was
and
like, this
then
is ridiculous.
flop.
No,
flop,
but yeah,
flop.
well, regardless of what you think of the other ones, I'm just saying, like, that experience of the first one, like,
Yeah, I saw it in theaters when it came out too.
Right.
That was
Same here.
fun. It was
Yeah,
fun.
it's like since I saw it in theater, I feel like it loses that vigor. So
but that's what I'm saying. Like, would you be as interested, like, 50 years from now?
But then again, I don't feel like that's a movie that's gonna stand through time.
No, yeah, I just couldn't think of another example. I was just like, I
I'd
remember
rather
we all
watch.
like
I'd rather watch the
Transformers.
TV shows than
Okay,
actually watch the
Titanic. If
movie.
they re-release Titanic in the next 50 years.
First off, I fucking don't like that movie. It's a great movie, don't get me wrong. I just, because of the circumstances of how I watched it the first time. I remember I was like fucking 9 or however old I was.
Steven, turn around in this part.
No, I was like, no. And some lady was taking care of me, and I don't know why the fuck she thought it was a good idea to go see Titanic.
What?
But it was just me and her, and she, like, took me to go see Titanic, and I was sitting there in the movie theater like, this is fucking boring. I don't want to sit through this. I think we left because I don't remember seeing all of it, and then I was just like, look, I'm obviously not of the age where this is interesting. Oh, but it's not a historical movie, but it's based on historical things. Like, I don't give a shit. I'm 9.
He punched her and ran.
I punched her in the ovaries. This is why I don't have children, bitch.
Well, some,
with a cruel kid.
well, some movies are better when you're older.
I was a horrible 9-year-old.
Well, Titanic
Yeah.
was a good movie all around. But,
Yeah.
Or not like good, great.
No.
But like it's something I can go back to. And if
Yeah.
it was being re-released, I would see it in theater
I
because
would-
I've never
I
saw
would
it in
watch
theater.
it. Yeah, me neither. I would watch it. I really would.
Christian would cry too.
Maybe.
Christian and
it's yeah.
Terrence Howard and Elijah
Once,
Wood will all sit next to each other and have the cry eyes.
Once that Celine Dion song hits, it's like,
Late at night in my dreams.
Well,
All right,
that-
babe.
that, and I wouldn't mind seeing E.T. again in theaters.
I've never seen E.T. all the way through.
I've never
Oh,
saw E.T.
God,
in
that
theaters,
movie is-
and I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I would tear up if I would see that
Okay.
in the movie theaters. That
For
movie.
nostalgia feels, that would be a great movie to watch again. And Was it Close Encounters of the Third Kind would be
Okay,
great.
that movie is great.
Yes.
I would like to see that.
If they ever do a remake on that, put it in theaters, I will.
a remake or a
No,
re-release?
well, re-release.
Okay, yeah,
that's what I
that's
mean.
what I'm
A re-release of that, put it in theaters. I would watch the hell out of it. I will go 3 times if they have it for 3 days.
3 whole times.
3 times. It's a great movie.
Do you remember going to Horror Fest
No.
the multiple times?
Yes. Okay. So there's
Movie
another.
for
There's
rough.
a thing that bit me in the ass. So I think it's appropriate to talk about during Halloween.
Yep.
There used to be. I don't know if it's still going on, but I remember in the local theater they had 8 films to die for. And a lot of theaters had that. It was 8 films to die for, and they would show horror films. I believe
Like indie ones,
like
right?
not even.
Just very B movie
Yeah.
horror movies.
There was some solid ones there. I mean, horror is a genre
Very
that's always been
B-movie.
populated with good and bad, and things that are very low budget but turn out to be good.
Mostly
And
bad. I've
diarrhea.
been
And a lot of
disappointed by
diarrhea.
a shit ton of horror movies
Oh,
more than anything
let's just
else.
put it this way. You guys remember Sean Hunter from Boy Meets World?
Yep.
Ryder Strong?
Yep.
That guy loves his cheesy horror movies. He's in a lot of those.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he was
he
in a
does.
couple of them. I
Yeah.
remember that. Well, the thing with Eight Films to
Cabin
Die
Fever.
For is, I'm a big horror movie
great.
fan, and I'm always like, every time, like I've said it many times, where I'm like, being a fan of horror is like being in an abusive relationship. And all your friends tell you not to go back to him because he's gonna treat you bad, and it's like, but you tend to remember the good times. You're like, no, he was great. I loved Nightmare on Elm Street, and I loved the first Halloween movie.
He got that good dick. You didn't even know.
You don't even know.
You didn't even know.
Even when he wasn't at his best, like maybe a couple of Leprechaun movies.
I've
It
never
was-
faked it.
When they went to the hood, it just wasn't the same, but I still love him.
And
Oh.
everyone tries to convince me to just leave
so-
him. And I'm like, look, I can't because I remember the good times. And every October, he convinces me to come back one more time. And I'll go to the movie theaters
Like
and
Saw
I'll watch a
movies.
shitty fucking horror movie. And then I'll remember, oh, that's exactly why I left you.
And then you
how
just
they
hear
get you,
the door
man.
opens. Steven's walking out in the background's like, he's eating him. Then he's going to eat me. Oh, my God.
That's exactly what I thought about being a fan of horror movies. It's like, I want to like horror, but it's just populated with so much crap. And I can't
You
even
don't
say
you
that.
don't haystack.
And I can't even say that that's a new thing. Like, it's always
no,
been
it's
that.
It's
way.
always
that
been
way.
like that. Yeah.
But that's the best part. Because you know what you're getting yourself into
Yeah.
when you like that genre.
And-
I
and-
mean, you don't go in for the fucking acting. You go in for the kills. It's like going to see the new torture and gore porn type horror movies, like like Eli Roth film. You're not going to go see that because it's a fucking great story. You want to see how people are going to die.
Yep.
And
Just
one
how
thing
it
I've
is.
always liked about horror is the creativity behind it.
Yeah,
that's why I
practical
watch.
effects.
It's like that's why I watch like there's a Nightmare on Elm Street documentary where they go over how they planned every kill, and they would just basically write it down and they would give it to the special effects team and be like, "Here, make this happen," and the special effects team would be like, "Well, fuck." A lot of that shit is very hard to do, and then we'll just figure it out. So I love that, and I love seeing that's why I loved horror so much. So I love seeing the creativity behind it. I've also liked the writing in horror and I'm a big fan of suspense. So psychological horror has always been my favorite.
Those are
Those are fun.
And early 2000s, late 90s and early 2000s had a lot of psychological horrors. Those were like the times to be watching those movies. While the 80s and maybe early 90s were populated with slasher flicks.
Slasher flick. And right now we're at the torture gore porn.
We're at
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And I want to say that Eli Roth was probably one of those directors that really brought that to the forefront. Because,
No, it's the Saw dudes.
oh my God, yeah.
The Saw dudes, and then one of them went on to do the Conjuring, Insidious, and fucking all those other crappy movies.
Well, here's one of the things like, and found footage. Found footage is big in modern horror, in the modern horror genre. And, or not genre, but it's like contemporary times, I guess. It's found footage, and it's essentially that the horror, the torture, and it's not even because that's really what it's hard to say because it's not necessarily what audiences want. It's just that audiences don't like they don't really want to see when you said expectation. Audience expectation is like I want to see something happen. I want to see something cruel. I want to see something cruel. I want to see like that jump scare. And I want to get that
Yeah,
feeling.
they don't want the ambiance. They don't want the setup. They just want it to happen.
The gratification, yeah. Essentially, what it is that modern horror audiences are like a teenage boy. I don't care where I get it. I don't care how I get it. I just want the pussy.
Because, like, okay, I saw, I was telling you guys earlier, I saw Crimson Peak. And it's not necessarily a horror movie, but it's more of a suspense, mystery kind of thing. And it had that atmosphere where the whole time you're like, okay, I'm aware something's in there, but how's she going to find out? You know, versus you're watching Saw and you're like, okay, this guy has 10 seconds or his head's going to explode. Is he going to get out? Boop. Sure didn't.
Oh my God, it's an adrenaline rush. What's going to happen next?
Or Paranormal Activity, it's like night 4. You're like, oh, something's gonna happen because it's nighttime. So it's like it doesn't have that same feel. It doesn't have a setup, and it doesn't have that ambiance. The only thing it really has for it, especially for Paranormal Activity, is the last 10 minutes of each movie where like they're finally going through and shit's happening. That's when it has that like, okay, I'm really tense and I don't know what's gonna happen, and then something happens, I'm scared. Versus like a jump scare.
But that's why I like the psychological thrillers, because it's that tension that I like so much, and it's one of those things, and that's one that's particularly like that's what I like, because I noticed it when I watched the movie like Argo. And this is not horror in any way, but Argo was tense throughout the whole thing. everything they were doing, it was like there was the looming like danger of being caught and executed. And that's why I liked Argo so much. So when it also translates to what I like about horror. It puts you on pins and needles. You're kind of sitting there waiting to see what's happening next, waiting to see what's in the shadows. You don't know.
Like this. Like Steven's
Tight.
right now. Steven's is kind of like this.
No, it's tight as fuck. Because it was kind of like this, I'd be dripping in the chair. So right there, tight as fuck.
That's why suspense thrillers are.
KH.
I find that better.
Here's a little
Gives you a better
song
feel than
I
that than actual
wrote.
horror.
You might
It still gives you a scary feeling from that as well, especially you're trying to figure out. Especially if there's a mystery behind it. That's why suspense thrillers. I find those way more.
I love
appealing than-
suspense thriller. That's
Those
my
are
favorite genre.
way better, man.
I like horror, but I like slasher flicks better. But I really like suspense, and I really like suspense, thriller, and drama. Like if you put those all together, like Gone Girl, you got me.
It's a good.
Just go watch Gone Girl, man. It's a good fucking movie.
On this episode of the Gone Girl Cast, we're talking about
Ben Affleck is gonna be Batman.
No,
In
but,
the Gone Girl cast.
Just to round it off, like for me, that's what I like so much about the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Just the first one and the last one. It was the fact that these movies had a sort of formula. They created a sort of formula and played off a certain formula, but they had an amazing character do it. I love the Freddy character from the first instance I saw him because of the amount of cruelty, but the amount of humor he had for it. And it's him being that character that made me like those movies so
It
much.
has a personality. It's kind of like what happened with Chucky, where people don't remember Chucky for being a horror character versus just being like a comedic,
doll.
smartass, just a smartass because people know him from the comedy stuff. And that's what it ended up turning to because everyone's like, this is ridiculous. And then they were like, oh, let's fucking mold it and change it.
he's gonna have a baby.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the newest one that came out, and I know we talked about this on the first podcast, but like the newest one that came out, they try to bring it back to that same horror feel, but that budget wasn't there, man. Can't make a CG Chucky.
And this is the thing. It's like when audiences kind of get too involved in the creative process, because I'm pretty sure it's a lot of these guys sitting around thinking of like how to write a movie, and they're like, "No, this is too cliche." Audiences are gonna be like, "It's already been done before, man." And you're like, "Dude, it doesn't fucking matter."
People are jaded.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
And it's weird to think it's weird to say like that the detriment of a movie is it's the audience because you need the audience to go see it, but to an extent it really is, dude. It's
because
like,
that's what
they
they wanna
changed
make
what
Half-Life
they
3.
need to do
That's
based on the audience. It's like,
Yeah.
we can make one movie, but this movie made a lot of money, and the audience wants us to make more. Kind of like what happened with the Star Wars.
Yeah.
The original one is like it was only meant to be one, and then it got really big, and they were like, okay, we're gonna make more. But
they were good. Well, the first.
well, no, I'm just saying like the audience molds what's gonna happen. They basically, it's like if the demand's there, and the company know they're gonna make money, they're gonna fucking just make.
That's
more.
why you're your own worst critic as well, if you think about it.
I mean, if you read too much into it, and if you like, for me, it's like if you've got a solid, if you got an idea and you fucking love it and you're passionate about it, look, go do it, write it, produce it any way you can, because you never know if it's gonna be the next big thing, man. Don't get so overly involved in what other people expect or what the modern trend is or how to reach the largest demographic. It's like, do your own thing, be as creative as possible.
Be that needle in that haystack.
America.
Honestly.
Needle in the dick sack.
Because honestly, there's a lot of duds.
I just called you a needle. Dick,
Too
by the
many
way.
duds.
Well, that's around time right there. So I think we've had a pretty good conversation about Halloween stuff, mainly about disappointment in audiences
And poops
And terrible.
and how
zombies.
I got problems, man.
Zombies.
I hate horror to begin with, so.
It's okay because it
time
scares
travel?
you.
No, it doesn't.
No, it does scare you.
It's terrible.
No, Christian scares you.
No, it doesn't.
What scares you? What
It scares you.
Commitment?
The next horror movie is just a guy like, I'm not sure what I want to do, but
Commitment.
she asked me.
I think I'm pregnant, and then he just goes to sleep like, oh
The
God,
landlord said the rent is late. Like the soundtrack done by.
don't worry,
Oh,
be happy.
God,
Oh God,
it's
she's
terrible.
pregnant, bro.
That's-
She's fucking pregnant. I don't know her name.
Don't throw her down the stairs. Don't worry.
Be happy.
Be happy.
Anyways, you guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up like we asked for you in the beginning. Subscribe because we will have a lot more content. Like our Facebook. We will leave the description down below. And
Tell your friends.
tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Tell
Happy
And if you don't tell your
premiere.
friends, we'll fucking find you.
And we'll tell your friends for
Or
you.
Hell yeah.
Oh, and we'll get your friends diarrhea like this fucker.
Oh.
I've learned a thing or two about diarrhea.
Well, you've fucking been the master of
You're the-
diarrhea for
yeah.
years, so it doesn't really matter.
Your butt's the master of
matter.
disaster, man.
I like to think that my asshole is a waterbender.
Oh God.
All right, so
It's a mudbender.
we will see you
It'll be
guys
Earthbender.
later.
Have a
Love
good
ya.
one.
Later.
Peace.
Happy Halloween.